A very good evening to one and all present here. This is your host Kavya Buddhiraja, and I extend a warm welcome to you all to this day 25 of Cyber Vakeel, a 30 days cyber awareness campaign launched by Cyber Jagrithi Foundation, covering a multitude of themes relating to cyber crimes by organizing interactive webinars, sessions, and workshops by top notch experts from all over the country. And I, Kavya Buddhiraja, shall be your moderator for the session. So today's topic revolves around the policies taken by the social media platforms in order to control and curb cybercrimes. And to elucidate upon this issue, we are truly delighted to have with us Mr. Sanjeev Uniyal. Mr. Sanjeev is a practicing advocate at the Supreme Court of India and senior panel counsel for the Union of India. He also serves as the government counsel for South Delhi Municipal Corporation at the Delhi High Court and an additional standing counsel in the district courts of Delhi. Apart from this, he is a national TV panelist for the RSS, also known as Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. And also, he is a prominent face on various debates and talk shows all across the country. A very warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for graciously accepting our invitation. Again, a very warm welcome, sir. So, without taking much of your time, may I please request Mr. Sanjeev to kindly carry the session forth and enlighten all of us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavya. The day is very auspicious, first of all. The Vijay Dashmi. Congratulations to all of you. The greatest spur of Vijay Dashmi. We all are here to conquer a war against the cyber crime, cyber criminals basically. So, this is the best day, I suppose. That is Vijay Dashmi. When one can have Vijay or conquer war against all the evils within the society. And I think cyber is the greatest evil equivalent to the Ravana of the prevalent time. So all are welcome, and I should congratulate the team, especially Cyber Jagrithi and Kavya Buddhi Raja and the complete team. I'm really delighted that when all negativities are in the air, all over the world, international disease, corona is going on, showing different gimmicks, colors of its very dangerous aspect is coming by way of graph. Sometimes 4,000 cases, then again 3,000, then again 5,000 cases. But at least comparatively, the situation is under control in India as well as in the respective states, except few states that will be controlled. Now, we are together here to talk something about the cyber. It's a very interesting topic of all. Besides that, you have so many things to talk about in the present context. But cyber has taken place, a lot of market has been really, if you see into the market aspect of the cyberspace or the cyber or the computers of the complete virtual networking, so it has been drastically enhanced. More than 230% growth is there, especially in the corona days. You see the hardware part, computer screens, mobiles, and all the related hardware products which has been used in the virtual chatting and software part. So their total growth is more than 230%. And all other businesses, all other fields are declining day by day, except few fields. So Corona has done lot of exercise to do with the software and hardware industry of the computers basically. Now the cyber, I was while going into a aspect being a practitioner in the different codes, we talk in detail about the words. Word play a very vital role in each and every aspect of the life. So cyber, the meaning of cyber whatsoever, I presumably I have done a lot of dissection about it. Cyber is computer whenever the computer has been attached with the internet. Internet is the necessary to create or to form a cyber world. Cyber is the cohesive partnership of 50% each between computer and internet. So whenever computer internet meets, combines, the cyber world exists, creates. It's like this. And the space taken by that combination is known as cyberspace. It's, I think, very clear to each and everybody. Yeah. Surprisingly, India doesn't have any express legislation governing data protection and privacy till date. It's really amazing, I'll say. Very surprising, very painful also. We are in the industries who is doing each and every businesses through this particular cyber, computers, mobiles, networking, but we don't have the laws, appropriate laws to deal with the iron hands so that all the culprits should be behind the bars. There's no strong, stringent laws are not there. This handicap on the part of the law, because that has not been governed by the legislators till date, which is the need of the hour in from last 20 to 30 years. But luckily, this government, I'll definitely say this present government, Modi government has come out. Previously, there is only one act, IT Information Technology Act, that came in 2000. Some amendment has been done. Number of times amendments on particular sections has been done, and that's also there in 2005, 2010, 12 also. So data protection and privacy law has been passed by this parliament in Lok Sabha in December 2019. So luckily, and that act is going to be come into existence because bill has already been passed, but only in Lok Sabha. So both the Vidhan Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will pass it out. It will become an act in the coming days. So we have a very strong law, but that's again in the pipeline. I was talking about right now. Whenever I get, luckily, Kavya and this team of these functionaries who is governing this particular program right now, they have chosen me being an advocate, practicing advocate. I face number of problems because I have been uh, continuously fighting. I am going to fight with these criminals by way of legal battle. But end of the day, they won number of times. Although they are the culprits, they are the culprits who can be judged by different evidential proofs. But due to lacuna of strong stringent laws, they get rid and they are again in the fresh air. So if you'll see, I was looking into a journal, law journal, all the persons who are dealing once in the cyber crimes, they make it a habit. They become a white collar criminal, repeated criminal, and they again do same type of crime. Why? Because the escape route is quite clear. They have got a breathing space to get rid of these laws through these laws, and again they are in the practice to do a lot of crimes. So I presume Indian Evidence Act 1870, then Criminal Procedure Code, then again Indian Penal Code 1907. So these are the acts who have been governed by 1907, 1870. So how you can meet while doing taking up sections criminal offense from that section, doing evidences, witnesses, cross-examination from those books which been governed, came into existence in 1870, can be met with the challenge of the today crime which is going on in the 21st century. This is the height of handicapness, I'll say, because we cannot do. Although we know he's the criminal, he has all the evidences against him, but still we cannot catch hold of that guy. But still, we have certain my success rate with these type of criminals have been overwhelming. That is more than 80% criminals have been behind the bars. I take different precautions. I am a different sort of an advocate. I do a lot of innovations. So I'll discuss within while reaching into the next phase. I'll be not touching. Kavya has given me some syllabus that you have to talk about WhatsApp, then Facebook, Twitter. I'll touch upon those part also. But mainly the number of crimes has been done by the banking purpose. There are a lot of financial transactions there. You're surprised to know financial transactions in the tune of more than 20 crore per minute has been done through this type of crimes. I'll repeat, 22 crores per minute all over the world. And it is going to touch, it is touching a revenue of 6 lakhs crore in the Indian currency and 6 trillion in US dollar on yearly basis. That's a complete revenue loss to the government of respective countries. So is it not very alarming? 6 lakh crore rupees have been lost by way of this type of crimes, financial crimes. So it plays a very big role. And people, I'll discuss certain points about the traditional real world criminal and the cyber criminal. The basic difference between real world criminal is you're going in the market. If someone is going for eve teasing, then number of people, acquaintances, and in the market people, market wala and dukandar knows about that girl who comes forward and saves number of times that girl. But cyber crimes has been done stalking, phishing, privacy invasion apps. These all had been done in a small room in a complete separation, cut off from the society because you are dealing with the computer, you are virtually dealing, you are doing that particular crime in a closed room. So, first of all, the criminal in real world criminal also he always looks into a isolated place. If we see the real world criminal, if a criminal is going to do some crime, then he always looks into when number of people around him should be very less. If someone wants to eve tease someone, he'll not do that in the market. Once the girl will be alone on a single road, on an isolated road, then he'll do. So all this isolation has been done here in the case of cyber crimes because the primary requirement to do cyber crimes is because you are sitting alone. You are always aloof, sitting directly on the computer. Right now, also in my room, nobody is there. I am in the computer before, and all of you have joined or are isolated and sitting ideal on the computer. You are the only one who is before the computer, before the virtual space. So this type of requirement is already been created by this platform, which has been continuously investigated and required by the real world criminal that has been provided as a part of gift in this type of cyberspace cybercrime. So this first of all. Secondly, the routine real world criminals have been gundas, illiterate, or the dacoit or boss of that area. But here, these criteria, these adjectives have not been required in the case of cyber criminals. They are well educated, they have good background. Like a sixth class student can say to his mom, oh, you have to chat with me on sexual part of the human being. Otherwise, I make you public that you are doing so many things. I'll unfold number of things about you. on the public platform. So what I mean to say here is that the cyber criminals are much more different from the real world criminal. That's why 121% growth of cyber crimes have been happened in last 2 years in India. 121% growth. So any police has increased 121% force. Police force has not been increased, enhanced by way of numbers, by way of equipment, by way of upgradation. Nothing has been done. Only cyber cells have been made, but number of times I have seen that is again the eyewash. Now, I'll be going into the next part. Why they do this type of crimes? Because technology is a double-edged weapon. Fire can cook food as well as it can burn us also. So we are sitting on the computer to debit, to credit, or to chat, or do emails, to do some professional work, to do drafting as well as advocates, to do some descriptions, encryptions. But that is a double-edged. People sitting over here are interested to do crimes. They are asking your OTP numbers. Here, number of times give them. Their style of asking OTP numbers are different. I'll not say ki never share your OTP. Everyone knows about it, but still people give it. I am saying 22 crores per minute financial revenue loss is there. So you can understand. We are educated people, but we give our OTP number because they are asking of OTP number on a different style. So we have to be very aware because we are not entering, we are not sitting ideal, we are not aloof on a computer, we are entering in a space, cyberspace. We are the moment we click it, we reach the total reach of yours, and everybody from all over the world reaches up to you the minute you enter in a cyberspace. So you have to be well aware before entering into a space, before going into onto the road. You are putting your belt, you are putting your helmet. But here in the cyberspace where crores, millions of viewers, millions of users are already there, you are using, you are going without using, without alertness. You have to be alert first of all. While using, by entering into the cyberspace, you have to be alert. The main part I'll touch why criminal space, why different type of acts are there. I told you that personal data protection bill is going to come within couple of months because due to some COVID infection, COVID scenario, it could be late, but otherwise it will come within couple of. So it will definitely serve a purpose. So my concern about what has not been there is a vacuum can be filled in the coming months. So secondly, I'll talk about something about the phishing, stalking, invasion of privacy, because it is for any gender. It is very dangerous. But I have seen practically, you might be knowing it practically, it is very difficult for the females basically because financial part and other invasion of privacy, but they have been sexually harassed here continuously. People are behind you continuously. They are checking you, they are watching you, they are looking into your mobile, they are following you up. So you have to be very aware, especially the children who are females basically below the age of 20, 25, every age of female. I was giving an example. A child of sixth class was saying to her ma'am, his ma'am, you have to come, you have to chat with me on the sexual chats you have to do with me. Otherwise, I'll defame you on the public platforms. So this type of anybody can be going up to any extent. So the basic problem which I have seen with phishing, stalking, invasion of privacy, and public privacy is territorial problem. Territorial jurisdiction is a major problem here. Why? Because something has been done in Ahmedabad. The girl has been harassed in Delhi, but a boy has been harassed. You have seen the boys' lockers room also. So everyone knows about. I'll not detail about it. So things are not going here. in your jurisdiction, because in the real world crime, snake catching is there. You can catch hold of that person. The police concerned will go to the common police station and he'll say, no, after this road, this jurisdiction occurs in different jurisdiction. But here, what you'll do, the crime has not been happened in your police station, in your area, in your state, in your city, in your sometime number of country also, but in a different state. So how you will activate the police? It is a big task. You cannot go to the police station. You'll do the cyber complaint. The cyber complaint will take a lot of time because it has not been worked. I was saying there's no strong law. So why jurisdiction role has not been, still a big vacuum is there, because whenever go while taking a this type of cases before the metropolitan magistrate or the concerned judges, they always talk in length about the jurisdiction part. Why you have not gone? If teasing has been happened, if something stalking has been happened, phishing has been happened here in the computer, in the room of a girl in Pitampura, in Delhi, in some southeast part of Delhi, or in Hyderabad, or in Bangalore. But the culprit who was doing that was based at Delhi instead of Hyderabad. He was based at Mumbai. So how it is possible? Which police will come into action? Where that product, where that girl will go to the police station? Which police station will be adapted in the due course? So all had been happened here continuously as a part to harass the people just for the sake of jurisdiction. So jurisdiction is to be settled first of all. So jurisdiction part can be settled only by the legislators. Strong laws had been governed. After that jurisdiction, the case had been registered. You are going to a police station. But if jurisdiction is not there, he will not register your FIR. If you are going to the concerned magistrate, he'll say definitely this is not my jurisdiction. So you will be roaming around from pillar to post. That has to be sorted out by coming out with the strong laws in the coming years. Now, I'll say the safest part is to be used by the VPN, that is virtual private networking. Never use video, end-to-end encryption is there. Firewalls are also there that has been used in the airport, hotels, and libraries. So always use, instead of your private networking, VPN is to be used, that is much more safer. So I suggest you take all the facilities of VPN. And here also, whenever you shop something or you're going, some personal information has been given to you, or you are being asked to give a personal information, then use HTTPS instead of HTTP, because that is a secure protocol. HTTPS is a safe and secure protocol instead of HTTP. So always use HTTPS since it has got TSL, SSL certifications for the authentication purpose. Now always talk to the children about the cyber laws. Whenever you are going out, you should always spend your time with the children, with your brothers, with your younger sisters. Always enlighten them about what are the pros and cons while entering into the cyberspace, because you are not sitting in the room, you are entering in the millions of people once you are clicking this particular button. So, and again, Chanakya has said very beautifully about it. Na vishvaset kumitre che, mitro chapi na vishvaset, kadachit kapitam mitram, sarvam graham prakashet. Means never believe upon the person who is not your friend. We never believe, but still, number of times we believe, we give OTP. Chanakya has said, chanted this shloka 5,000 years back. It's really squarely matching with the four corners of the present situation here. Na vishvaset kumitre che, mitro chapi na vishvaset, kadachit kapitam mitram, sarvam graham prakashayet. If you'll believe on your friend, never believe who is not your friend. But again, he gives a rider, Mitro Chapina Vishwaset, never believe on your friend also. Because once he will be annoyed, your friend will be annoyed with you, he will reveal all your secrets before the world. That's going on now nowadays. People are coming on the Facebook saying something negative about someone, going to Twitter saying something about the negative about. So Chanakya has said very clearly 5,000 years back, make things secret, don't make it private. I am going to Chandigarh, you are putting it on the Facebook. Then everyone knows nobody is there in your house. And you are why you are going there, you they know everything about you. So why crimes has been happened, real world crimes has been always correlated with the cyber crimes. It's going on here continuously. So one has to be very aware. And who needs the gun when you have a keyboard? There's beautiful quotation. Who needs a gun when you have a keyboard? When you are seeing everything, unfolding everything, revealing everything on your social platforms, then what is the need to go into the detail while taking risk while going into your house? Your everything, he's sitting, cyber criminal is sitting in his room and he's getting each and every information of yours on the Facebook, on the chats, on whatsoever platform, your Twitter. So you have to be aware. You have to be alert. Why number of people are coming into cyber crimes? This is again being an advocate. I'll be going into the etiology, the physiology, the temperamental, the outer part, the basic structure, and the basic mentality to do these type of crimes. What are those? So I am much more dealing in those cases, so that's why I'm discussing with you. Because nowadays money is everything. So due to getting lot of money while sitting in a room or clicking a single button, you get number thousand lakhs of rupees. That's why 22 crores per minute has been revenue loss. So that is the reason. And Charvak is the contemporary a philosopher, Sanskrit philosopher in the time of Chanakya, used to do lot of sarcastic remarks to the Chanakya. So he used to say about it. He was again 5,000 years old, saying, Charvak used to say, Takaiv dharma, takaiv karma. Takaiv dharma, takaiv karma, takaiv hi sarvam sukham, yasya parshve taka nasti, hatake tak takayate. It's very interesting flow and squarely matching at the present prevalent situation, really matching with the four corners. How? He says Takaiv Dharma. Now, Dharma is only money. Takaiv Karma. Your karma, the acts are money. Your Dharma is money. Your karma is money. The best life has been got through money only. Takaiv hi paramam sukham. The height of every type of pleasure is only money. Just say Pashve Takana Asti. The person who is not having money, rokla, currency, hatke taktakayate. He is roaming around in the mall, in the bazaar, in the city. Nowadays, mall. He is hatke taktakayate. He is going and doing only window shopping. Hatke taktakayate. He looks outside from the showroom and only does window shopping. This has been quoted by the Charvak around 5,000 years back. And that is the only reason cyber crimes had been growing by 121%. Cyber crime has been 22 crores per minute and 6,000 crores of rupees has been lost in a year. 6 trillion US dollars. So now I'll I've touched the basic points because it's a very big subject. I've more than 100 cases, more than 100 cases, right? Settled, 5, 7, 1,000 already settled. But I have 100 cases right now in my hand of cyber crimes going on in various courts in Delhi and outside Delhi also, in Supreme Court, in district courts of Delhi, some in Ludhiana, one is in Bangalore also. So, but in High Court also. The jurisdiction part is very important, I told you already. One has to be very clear about it. Secondly, I have given some precautions. These could be a very simple precaution. Now, I'll touch something about give a very important complex logs to your different gadgets, to different software also. You have to give simple, not simple, always give a complex, always give a complex numbers, complex logs, complex keywords to your equipments, to your software, to your hardwares. Otherwise, because it's very difficult, it's very simple a number of times, but we are to do a lot of means we are going directly to the system. We are always paucity of time. We always scarcity of time. We always say no, no, we cannot change, but one should keep on changing his keywords. So that is very important part. Now I'll say never claim, never say something about, never disclose anything about your pet, your mother's name, your date of birth of your mother. And we share number of things on Facebook, WhatsApp. So that is to be restricted, first of all. I've told you in detail. These are very basic things. Because while going from this particular seminar, we'll say ki these were the very simple things, but all simple things are the most complex things. This I have seen in my advocacy of 20, 25 years of advocacy. All simple things are, all criminals leave very simple things. We catch hold of those criminals over there only. And how these criminals catch hold of these innocent people like us? On very simple things, not complex things. They never go into complexities. They pick up very simple things. Like for example, day before yesterday, a case came to me, and he was saying, sir, my 4,000 rupees had been deducted. The moment I said, please return my money, he was on the line. He didn't cut the phone also. But he said, okay, you are saying now the criminal. He was so smart, very cool. He said, okay, you have lost your 4,000 now. Please transfer 2 rupee more. What will happen? You have already lost. He has taken your 4,000. But he was interested to take again account of yours through rupees 2. Once you will again debit rupees 2 and that will credit it in his account, he'll come to know much more information, much more transaction due to transaction, much more information about your account. So you can be in a loss of in the tune of 2 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs. So I'll say ki how smart they are. They are saying, okay, he's agreed upon. Okay, I have taken your 4,000. Plus, what will happen if you will debit 2 rupee more? So you see the height of nonsense, height of confidence, and height of hypocrisy of our laws. He's saying so smartly. So these vacuum of whatsoever I told you, legislator vacuum has to be filled in the coming years, in the coming couple of days. I suppose, I presume so. So I think my time is almost over because it's a very larger part, long subject, Kavya. But I'm really thankful and I pay my thanks to this particular cyber Vakeel platform. Kavya Budhiraje has invited me. So thank you very much. All the participants, I should again congratulate. You have given me a very good listening. So I am really impressed with all of you. all the best in your life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, we are very grateful to you, and we really thanks to you for coming here and spending your lovely evening with us. And actually, the points that you mentioned were really very technical, not very technical in nature. They're actually really, something that we actually go on through our lives every day. Yet we don't pay attention to these small things. So I think it's really good that you mentioned them and got our attention to those points. And it was a really, really, really remarkable session, sir. I must congratulate you for that. It was really
Thank you.
delightful to hear you,
Same here.
and we're truly thankful to you, sir. So, with your
Thank
kind
you.
permission, sir, shall we begin with the questions now? Just a
Oh
quick
yes,
5 minute
yes,
round. Okay.
yes, please.
So, as you mentioned regarding the jurisdictional part, that it is really not settled in the Indian law today, that the jurisdiction part really needs some consideration and needs a proper position in the Indian laws so as to be clear about that. So, what is the position today whenever it comes to cyber crimes? Because obviously, the criminal as well as the victim both are at different places. So, today, what is the mechanism in law, and how do we, settle these jurisdictional issues in the current scenario?
This is very important, Kavya. This is a very good question. This is the backbone of the cyber crimes nowadays because they get lot of liberty due to this jurisdictional issue also. So jurisdiction is a very important part. Whenever I think number of participants are advocate over here, they are the budding advocates or they are in the fourth or fifth year interns.
Yes.
But okay, so once because at the as we look into the books, we read the legal books, we see jurisdiction. We because when I was student of law, I used to say, okay, jurisdiction. But the moment you will come out, you will take a huge money from your client and you're going to the court and the court will say, okay, Mr. Uniyal, tell me something about the jurisdiction. How this jurisdiction is settled here and how you are coming over here. That the territorial jurisdiction, the pecuniary jurisdiction is something different. So jurisdiction, territorial jurisdiction I'm talking about. So it is a big question. You have to be very much prepared about the jurisdiction part. As Kavya said, cyber crimes had been in the Nasik and the victim is in Delhi. The criminals are in Nasik. So there should be a very good combination between the police of the Delhi as well as police of the Nasik, which is a big problem. Everyone knows. Which is a big problem because again you have to make coordination between those people. Then you have to one thing we can do. I have seen while doing a lot of practice here, the person who is victim, she is the main or he is the main sufferer. He has to take lot of evidences because all the crimes have been done in the Nasik. Police is not going to cooperate with you. You are once or twice you have to go to that part also to take lot of evidence, witnesses in the part of. I'll tell you in the different 163, 165 sections of CRPC. But this is a big problem. Kafir. Practically, it is a big problem.
And I think so that is where the most of the lacuna lies, because obviously traveling from one place to different place is obviously a big thing, especially when it comes to Indian women who are mostly the victims of these cyber crimes, be it cyber stalking, cyber bullying, or phishing and all. I think women are the most vulnerable part of this whole system. I totally believe that. So, sir, you very genuinely mentioned regarding the small pointers. So, in a nutshell, could we again get to hear from you as to what all small precautions can we take when we are surfing on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or WhatsApp? What precautions can we take? You already mentioned them, but just in a nutshell, in order to have a key takeaways from this session.
Kavya, I'll say very simple thing. I'll say if you are going to the market, you are going to a road, you are on the two-wheeler, you are on the wheels, you take always helmet on your head. I told you
Right.
also. Once you are going in the car, you take your license as well as you put your belt also. So many precautions because you are going on the road. But here you are going on a cyberspace. Cyberspace is the space where Kavya, you presume, you tell me how many people might be there right now. If cyberspace has been created worldwide, how many people, how many users might be there right now at this juncture at the cyberspace? I put this question on you, Kavya.
Like
Presume,
in cyberspace in general, like who will be surfing
yeah,
online right now?
yes,
Millions or
right now,
billions? I think
billions,
uncountable. Uncountable.
uncountable. So you are reaching right now while clicking, while entering, doing login, you are reaching to the millions of people. So you have to be aware. You are not talking to a person, but you are making it public also. Somewhere it has been, although they say it's end-to-end encrypted, but still, once you say something, it is been public. Not it's not going to a particular person. I'm not talking to right now. Like for example, I'm not talking to Kavya Buddhi Raja right now, but all many people over here are practically who has been joined, who has done login are here. But instead of that, that all has been captured by the different school and different. I'll not say so many things here because that is going on. That is number of time being proved by the different agencies. So one has to be very alert, very clear, and say all these things to your parents, to your friends, to your brothers, to your mother, to your father also. Kavya, how many people
Yeah.
have been joined in this program? Can you please
I'm
cyber
sorry, sir.
Vakeel? How many
I'm
people, how many persons, participants are there right now?
right now, Rupesh. Do we have the data right now?
Yeah, 500 plus are joined currently, sir.
Oh, go, congrats. So, Cyber Jagrithi, you are really doing Jagrithi. Jagrithi is people are sleeping and you are
Awakening.
come with a lot of awakening. Awakening. Jagrithi is really great work. Great work. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so moving forward with the last question, because we totally understand that you agreed to spend your time with us, and we do understand that you've got some prior engagements as well. So, with your kind permission, sir, could we just take up the last question of this
Yes,
evening?
please. Yes, yes,
So the
please.
last question is based upon your statement that you've made. What opinion do you hold regarding the efficacy of the existing mechanism and the technicalities of cybercrime provisions that we have in the country right now, and what all changes, as per your opinion or perspective, do we need to bring into current mechanism of cyberspace or the cyber provisions?
So, in routine, what happened, Kavya? We do complain. Then I take a coordination because the girl who has been victim, cannot take a control of the Nasik police. Then I do lot of tutoring to that girl. Ki, please do you take out these things. Then I take out those things. I make a case. I go to the metropolitan magistrate. Okay, FIR has been registered after doing lot of hue and cry. Then the magistrate asked about the jurisdiction part. Okay, then I got him convinced. This is the jurisdiction because the girl was here. Practically, the primary source, the computer has been here, that has been submitted, and practically property is in the custody. Now, what happened? Then again, the procedure had been started by the CPC, that is Civil Procedure Code or CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code, whatsoever section has been there, bullying, phishing, or whatsoever type of crime is there, it has been come under that purview of civil or criminal. Now, the civil evidence has been started by our witnesses. So how you will call the witnesses from the Nasik itself? It's a again big question. This is very good question. You have asked a very good question because 90%, 80% advocates might be there in the right now in this program. So they are going to face it. They'll remember what I'm saying right now. They'll remember it. They'll recollect it. Now, the evidence part has been done. Why? What has been done by the chain snatchers? The routine policeman come. He says, "Ki, oh, have you come out with that person? Have you seen the chain? Have you done? Have you seen some person over sitting over there?" They call them. Call all those here. But a criminal, a victim who was sitting in a simple room and her lot of bullying has been done against her, how she'll call a witness? So routine witnesses had been, she is roaming around, number of cases had been of a different real world. But this crime, cyber crime case is only one. And nobody gives emphasis in India to those type of crimes. So very stringent laws with Indian Evidence Act, Indian Cyber Evidence Act, Indian Cyber Criminal Procedure Code, Cyber Civil Procedure Code, this type of, and IPC, a lot of amendment has been done in different IPC, but still that has been only, I'll say that is eyewash. But practically, the person who reaches in the court, he gains nothing. She gains nothing. And at last, number of times she says, "Hey, sir, close my all this. I'm not going to let it be 1 lakh rupee, let it be 2 lakh rupee. Should we go into the hell?" But now things have been changed. I got 85 to 80% of results, but still 15% of results had been fulfilled by the coming couple of months, I presume. Now, so what your question was, still that is in the air. The Indian Evidence Act is not playing a appropriate role to get rid of these type of crimes. Secondly, Indian Penal Code is again has to be amended in a big way. And CRPC instead of CR criminal cyber laws and cyber civil laws. This type of laws is to be there to deal with iron hands to these type of culprits. Otherwise, I'll say they will again become a habitual criminal.
I think that's very amazing point, sir. Sir, I would like to take one last question. So sorry, sir. Kavya said
Yes,
last
yes, please.
question. So we have seen in recent days a lot of apps were banned, because of privacy reasons. They said, that they are taking data and all those things. So I think India is currently, identifying there are, some things which are to be dealt all. So do you think so? Because suppose some crime is happening, suppose abhi kuch financial fraud has happened, or some fraud happened means either a Paytm or phone pay or Google Pay or some platform is happening, or suppose some privacy related crime is happening, it will happen on Facebook or Twitter or over some other social media only. So when the police department, suppose now someone has posted something and I want that to be removed. Suppose I send it to post Facebook, because sometimes we deal with the law enforcement also. We see that they don't respond. Facebook will take 3 months, 4 months time to respond. Twitter will take कोई post को निकालना है, they'll take 3-4 months of time to respond or give details of so and so person or something like that. By that time, I think whatever effect it wants to do. Suppose some event has happened, something they have some person has posted, whatever the impact is to be created by that is already created. जो भी नुकसान करना था, जो भी whatever the chaos the what
Right.
expected to happen, that is already done. So do you think, sir, in India, so suppose when they are not responding, can we bring out something changes like that to tighten them? Suppose they are not responding, we can send them the notice, you are not responding so and so. So we would, if the next time if it is a delay, your app will be banned from the country. So can we think some reactive responses like that in future? Or suppose someone
Well,
wants to do such as reactive things, how can he proceed? Because at our
well,
organization we are planning to do something like that.
you're very right. And what I was saying and what has been asked, there is no vacuum as such. So it means that I am near to the audience, and I have what I have said is being grasped beautifully by the audience. This I can, while your reciprocation, I can understand. No, you're right that due to these type of problems, jurisdictional problem, lack of laws, lack of amendments, lack of acts, so catch hold of these guys, we have number of times in problem. But still, we have number of solutions also. What are the solutions? First of all, you can take screenshots. You always take first evidences in your hand. Whenever something has been happened, take a screenshot. Otherwise, he'll remove it in the coming days. So you should have a primary evidences with you. You're a good shot. I missed this particular part. You have really raised a very beautiful question. So we can always take a primary evidence because all the victims have the primary evidences with her at that particular moment, because somebody is doing something mischief by way of giving wrong calls or by way of giving you wrong chats or the negative views from his or her point of view. So you can always take a screenshot. You take all the primary evidence. You take primary witnesses in your hand. Then you go to the concerned platform, do complain of the networking, do the complaints of the different platforms, and at last, don't forget to do a complaint to the cyber cell. That is the police part. Never underestimate. that part has to be done purely by the victim itself. Then you can consult any advocate also.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, sir. It was amazing hearing from
Thank
you,
you very
sir.
much.
Hope to see you again on this platform.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so much,
much.
sir.
Namaskar. Keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.